Hello, welcome to Vaping Zone University. Today's class, Vaping 101, subject, the eGo-CE4 pass-through kit. Today we'll go through the unboxing, we'll go through how to charge it, how to fill the CE4 clearomizer, and how to vape. Let's get started. Your basic CE4 eGo kit comes, of course, with the case. You've got 2 eGo batteries, 2 CE4 clearomizers, 2 charging cables, and a wall adapter. Let's start with the eGo battery. Here we have the nice Vaping Zone logo, the bottom cap, which we unscrew to charge. I'll show you about that in a moment. The top has eGo cone threading on the outside, has 510 threading on the inside, and we have a button. To turn it on, 5 quick clicks till it blinks, and now you know when the light's up, it's on. Then 5 quick clicks. When it blinks, it's off. There you have your eGo battery. Now let's talk about charging. What we have here is your wall adapter with USB port, an indicator light, eGo charging cable with eGo threading, indicator light, and USB connector. We have the pass-through cable with USB connector and mini USB connector. Let's see how each of these things work. First, you have your wall adapter. As you can see, the red indicator light is on when plugged in to an outlet. This light will remain on as long as the adapter is plugged into the outlet. Pass-through cable, USB connector into USB port. The battery has a bottom cap, which we unscrew to reveal mini USB port. Notice the red indicator light. This light turns red when the battery needs to charge. When the battery is finished charging, that red light will turn off. Now, the eGo adapter. Similarly, USB into the wall adapter. Notice the green indicator light. This light will be green when the battery is not attached or when the battery has finished charging. To attach the battery, put the eGo end into the threads and tighten just until you see this light turn red. Never over-tighten. Over-tightening leads to problems down the road. When the battery has finished charging, this light will turn green. All right, now let's have a quick word on clearomizers and cartomizers in general. What we have here, clearomizers and cartomizers, are intended to be disposable. They should be replaced every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on usage. A word of caution is to always fill your clearomizer or cartomizer when it's off of the battery. If you try and fill it when it's on the battery, you may inadvertently hit the fire button and burn the wicking material before there's juice to be absorbed into the coil. You may leak juice onto the post, which could cause a short or a contact issue, which we'll talk about in another video. Always remember to take the cartomizer or clearomizer off of the battery before putting it in your pocket. Otherwise, you may break the clearomizer, which will lead leaking into your pocket, or break the eGo threading, which will ruin the battery. Now let's talk about the clearomizer that came with your kit, the CE4. As you can see, we've got wicks going down two sides into the tank, leading to the coils at the top. You've got your milliliter gauge going from 1.6 down to 0.2. Just a tip, you never want to let the juice level get below around 0.8. Otherwise, there'll be problems with wicking and you'll get bad flavor. All right, now let's fill her up. First, remove the top cap and set it aside. Second, hold at a 45-degree angle. Take your favorite e-liquid. Top of the bottle should go just inside, and slowly your patience will be rewarded. Down the center. Take care to make sure the wicks have a chance to absorb the e-liquid. I like to spin to make sure. And you want to fill to about 1.6 milliliters, or just to where the juice meets where the wicks go into that white cap in the middle there and touch the coils. Perfect. Now, replace the top cap, but remember, always just finger tight. Never over tighten. That'll restrict the airflow and choke the wicks. Now, take a napkin, place the Clearomizer on top, and you want to put 10 drops slowly and carefully down the top cap. Take your napkin and blow through the top cap, kind of like you're blowing out your birthday candles. You see there's some juice there. It means we did it right. At this point, set your Clearomizer aside for 20 or 30 minutes. Trust me, it will give the chance for juice to soak into the wicks and absorb into the coil. This will lead to much better vapor and much better flavor. So now we have everything we need to vape. We've got our Clearomizer that's been sitting for 20 or 30 minutes, our charged battery, our e-liquid. It's always good practice before we start and before we attach the Clearomizer to the batteries to make sure it's clear. We do this the same way we did when we filled it. Hold a napkin, blow like you're blowing out your birthday candles, and that makes sure the pipe is clean. Now remember, when you attach to the eGo battery, always, always, always just finger tight. Now, vaping is different than smoking. Much, much different than smoking an analog cigarette. It's more like taking a sip out of a straw. So if you push the button first, take a sip, and that's how you vape. It's really quite simple. That's good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson for the day. And remember, vape, don't smoke, and happy vaping.